Hey everyone, this is Vigil TV. Here's a Vigil. Um, Actually, I had an interview with a guy, and it was really interesting. Um, it's a new talk, which was about jail and how bad the county jail is, Clackamas. How this here was an intake center that just never. It was used for something else. It's not being kept to a standard that is livable without a mental disorder and anger, constant anger, because you have to fight over every little thing in order to have it. So I learned a lot, and given how many laws you break every second of every day that you are houseless, I think jail and the conditions of that and what would make somebody decide, hey, I'm going to skip town. I'm going to skip town and write them a letter every month until they tell me that they've fixed up an actual humane area for me, and then I'll come back. I thought that was very interesting. So, um, anyway, that was Jeffrey, and we will have that video somehow. I'm working on getting it so that I can post it here. Even if I have to get a screen refresh rate or something changed so I can actually just film my computer, I will do it because it was a great interview. Um, and Matthew is going to be leaving us. Not well. There's a guy named Matthew who's now adopted a nickname, but a Matthew that you may not know, who comes around, and he's going to be leaving, so I'm going to interview him. And he's got a great perspective because he was new to being houseless. There's a lot of people who come through here who are brand new, because they can't get into a shelter. They don't know the rules or where to go about how to get in somewhere, and really they're just kicked around until they end up here because they're swept. You know how you sweep? You move the dirt, you move the dirt, you move the dirt, and then you pick it up. And people get swept and swept and swept until they're under a rock somewhere. Dangerous, sometimes, unless they have some skills about how to do it. And I know that some people like to be outside, some people like to not pay rent. There are people who have kind of dropped out and decided that this is a better life. Harder, but maybe more pure. But really, until you have those skills, or if you don't want to make a life of this, you this is a full-time, very difficult job, I'm learning. So when they first have it happen, that's they end up here. I'm on live with a viewer. You want to say hi to the viewer?
No, better not.
Okay. Well, in her heart. Anyway, that was our security and checking up and what the heck am I doing? Um, oh, okay, so waiting for Matthew to come back so we can talk to him about his first days when he was here, um, how he got there, what he's doing now. There's some tips in there. I know he's got stuff to say that's going to be useful to people who find themselves in this position because, you're kind of going through it with somebody who just had that happen. So, um, anyway, got some new stuff here. So we have more rocks. This one was here, it was painted. And the same person painted on our sign. I know I showed this before, but we have some art in this paint. So here's the, sorry, my world family tree. It says family, but my shadow, goodness. Ah, here we go. World family tree. Oh, it was occupied. That's new, I think. Same color scheme. So, what else is new? Um, yeah, these rocks are new. flower, dried flowers, drying flowers, a camel. Looks like is that a camel cigarette camel? And Peterson. Hello, my name is Peterson. A mirror. No, is that a cap? It's really hard to tell what means something to someone, because I've heard some things. I've heard some things that are like, oh yeah, that was very intentional, so I be careful. But here's some stuff. Pen. Case of somebody's phone or iPod or something. I don't know what it is. But this piece of metal, we find a lot of elements here. Elements are definitely intentional. I'm going to take that tape back. All right. So, let's see what's going on the street tonight. Probably the biggest news is that 99 was snoring. You never see 99 sleeping. Proof that he actually sleeps. You'll see him nodding, but he never sleeps. He can nod standing up. He tells me he just walks around because it's too cold. That was when it was too cold. So I guess it's interesting. May 20th, you cannot park here. So tomorrow, starting at midnight. Midnight. I wonder why. Rock and Roll Portland Marathon. So you can't park here because there's a marathon beginning sometime from midnight and then to 12 p.m. Well, that's very interesting. Because isn't it after midnight now, maybe? No idea. I bet. Well, of course it is, because I got here really late. So we'll find out about that. The Rock and Roll Portland half marathon. All right. When Kathleen Katrina or other security guards are around next, I will ask if we're going to be seeing some rock and roll marathon. I wonder if Pinky will be blaring his stereo for the rock and roll marathon. Wouldn't that make fun? Boombox on shoulder, running 13 miles. Well, that's it. Everybody's asleep. So I'm gonna go save and wait for Matthew, and he should be back in just a few minutes and have a good interview with him. There's a couple of articles. If you guys haven't read it yet, please do read this. This is Sacred Economics. I thought we were gonna have an infomercial or something, but no. This is, I'm gonna read this. It's dorky, but you might not be in a place where you can come down here, and this is really important and really wonderful. So I'm gonna stop it so we keep this separate. I'll be right back.